is really. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as we proceed to give you what you need. Officially locking in for the night. About to be discussing 26 and 27 heavily. In the background, you're looking at Mike Wayne, the gameplay director, putting out the stats for the community. And I want to kind of discuss a lot of different variables about this. I want y'all to share with me, so feel free to join. Comments. Might just pull some people into Discord and have a combo there. I want to basically dive all the way deep into this. Might start a space. I don't want to do it. Might just do it. We'll see. Just giving it a minute. You let it breathe, but we might end up doing that as well. Y'all can join in on that. Just getting home. Seen this news earlier this morning, but I haven't digested it. Haven't really sat with it just yet. One step at a time. But much to discuss, and I got a feeling there's much to say from a lot of different perspectives, and I want to go through some of them. As somebody who's pretty good with tapping in on the community side, game's right around the corner, kind of slowing down on the coaching and doing all the extra stuff, just vibing to NBA 2k this year coming up. It's going to be an interesting year for me in tournaments and leagues without worrying about like policies of managers, coaches, and things like that. And also just free to just chill and do me. So it's really good. But they still haven't put out much information about 2K27. You're watching a trailer right over there, which is all we have visually or display about what the game is offering, what is it doing. And it's a sports game, so it's pretty much, you should know what to expect. It's basketball, but the mechanics, features, key things are where we as a community, can speculate. And a lot of people will say it's a copy and paste. It never really is in any game. There's specifically 2K. There's always caveats and changes that minor for some people, but they're major for others. And shooting has been the topic for the past couple of days. Now, it's only getting deeper into that topic, and I'm definitely gonna get into it myself. And welcome everybody to just join and vibe out with this. Should be interesting. Yeah, I'm in the middle of making sure my thumbnails are good and stuff, so give me a second. Yeah, so that's where my head's at. I've been very humbled right now to realize that some of the community really does need love and support, and they do need us to be reasonable for them as we go forward, because a lot of people are new to the game or just not good enough to compete competitively and things like that. We got to have a little more understanding and a little more support for those people, in my opinion. After I look at these stats, I realize, yeah, that's rough. The wild thing is, I always kind of said this is the easiest 2K, and it still is. But I'm also kind of taking it back. My brain is like, how could these stats be real if the game feels so easy, right? And that's kind of where my mindset is, and I'm still sitting with that. I still got to figure it out. That's where I want to have a welcoming conversation with the community about the discussion and see where we stand with it. Hold on a second. I'm just making sure I market this a little bit. Here it goes. Could just make a video about this and post it tomorrow, but I really wanted to just chat and get into it. Very interesting, to say the least. And we're here, folks. Officially here. Let me make sure my Twitch is good, and then we're live for the rest of the day. But yeah, the numbers are showcasing something different than I thought. I felt and thought that this year was so easy that everybody was having, you know, endless shooting, ridiculousness, you know? But that is actually not the case. That is kind of very much surprising. And as you can see right here, the stats are in the easy part areas. People are shooting 45% from the three. And then in the difficult areas, it's 35 to 37. Because if you don't know, there's different difficulties for each mode you play on. So, super interesting. I'm actually stunned to the point where, like, I haven't even digested fully, and I want to spend the rest of the day doing that. But yeah, so as you can see right here, it says, you know, season 3 to 8, which is the last, pretty much the whole game. You know, I want to talk about a couple modes I play in that I could talk about. Play in the rec, play in Pro-Am, Proving Grounds. Those are my main areas that I play. I only play fives the most. Like, if I'm gonna play, that's what I want to do. Kind of how I like to play. So I don't get to see the park. I don't get to see Annie up as much as I do the other modes. And the numbers are very surprising. And it's not like I didn't expect some people to do it, but I'm just curious about. Now it's what it made me humble to is that, like, there's a lot of people I know, players, good players, and all that stuff that have a certain belief system. By the way, I'm trying to put some of the honey in here. Late night, I'm gonna stay up late. Certain people have a certain belief system about shooting and, you know, how bad it is this year. I am one of those who I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was just too easy. Closing the green window would help to make the game more challenging for people, but for some reason, you know, just what can I say? You know, it really did not align to the stats that I'm seeing. People are having a hard time this year, and I don't think this is bad stats. And I'm trying to understand the percentage, and this is why I'm thinking out loud. By the way. Gonna make a video kind of trying to calculate casual audience. Just buys 2K. The friend told him to, and they play, you know, once a month at most. How many of those people are there compared to the people who play every week? Pretty much not every day, but on a consistent basis, where they're still casuals, but they're playing more consistently. And I would love the numbers if I had Mike Wayne power about, like, okay, these stats, are they coming from people that play every day? They just the once a week on the weekend people? Those type of questions. For example, with Pro-Am, I don't believe it's going to be people who don't play the game at all. When I look at Pro-Am, feel like that is the biggest gauge of people organized in some fashion. You can't just get on matchmaking on Pro-Am. So that is where that is interesting. And then the rec is just, I love random rec. I go to no squad rec and just fool around. It's kind of like a chill mode. Until, you know, crazy people get in there, but going there to just chill around. And so my question to myself, I guess, the best way I could say it is like how um how does their low numbers in Pro-Am compared to the rec, where the rec's difficulty is way lower than Pro-Am? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all ever went to the settings and kind of checked every setting and played like offline. When you go from Hall of Fame to Superstar, there is a difference. Start dropping any lower, really big difference between Hall of Fame and All-Star. And I don't have the exact tweet from Mike Wayne, but he posted Park Theater have somewhere like at All-Star difficulty, and then Proving Grounds and Pro-Am have in between Superstar and Hall of Fame sliders. And rest are kind of like in between those. So I need to find that tweet because I do have all his tweets saved. I bookmarked for Twitter. That'll be interesting to kind of just show you guys and give y'all an understanding of where Mike Wayne kind of helped us understand what they're doing. You know, and my thing with that, and the reason I mention it, is this is very different, right? Like when I play against a competitive team in a tournament, I'm not getting the easy shots I get in the rec, where it's like blindfolded shots I could think on some of the times. You know, it's a whole different game. It really is. And so when you see the stats and you're wondering, Pro-Am guys are shooting worse than people in the park? The park is on easy difficulty. It's like, no. It has to be really bad players to shoot just as bad as Pro-Am, if that makes sense. So, like, you're talking about max difficulty versus pretty low difficulty. And you can't compare them statistically because it's not the same. And the best way I could describe it is a standstill shooter that catches and shoots in the corner isn't a better shooter than the Reggie Millers, Curry, where they're coming off screens or they're shooting off the dribble threes. Those are more difficult. And that's not what I'm saying about the dribbles and stuff, but I'm saying competition is more intense, more organized in Pro-Am than it is for the regular game. I cannot find Mike Wayne's. I got too many things bookmarked. I need to stop doing that. This is like a last year. He does it every year. He'll kind of explain the difficulty, which is shout out to Mike Wayne, man. He does a really good job when he does become active. I know people try to troll about like he's only showing up for a month of the motions. They don't have to be on Twitter. You know, these people don't got to spend 1 minute on Twitter. Just so we could be clear, they don't have to be on Twitter at all. Do it. And yeah, there are some requirements for promotion and stuff, but it's not necessary 99% of the time for the companies. If you're a developer, you never got to be online. Just a heads up. Okay, here's his tweet just to kind of give you guys a better understanding what he was saying. So, Park and the Rec are on a difficulties that's a mix between All-Star and Superstar. The casual or on there can let you make money. Then Proving Grounds and Pro-Am are in a custom difficulty closest to Hall of Fame. And this was 2025. And I can put this up on screen just so y'all can see and not know that I'm just making this stuff up or whatever. Where's my tweet at? By the way, this isn't even a tweet. This is just a pure video. Gotta shut down all these other things. So there it is right there. I have to turn off the video. So as you can see right here, this is Mike Wayne discussing this. The reason I'm bringing this up is because the stats don't tell the whole story. Your stats are not the same as mine. Play in private lobbies in tournaments. I'm dealing with best lockdown on their team, and I got to take up shots a lot, you know. And my teammates can get open in the corner, but they're going to be contested by the time they let it fly. Even with no dip, they're still getting a little bit of contest. So, proving grounds and pro-am have Hall of Fame-ish difficult. So this means you're not shooting the same as the other guys, basically. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here to like create an elitism of who shoots better, all that silly stuff. I don't really care. In my personal book, feelings. But the concept is still true. You know what I mean? Just know that. Oh, excuse me. Wanted to do something over here. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go deep down the rabbit hole. I'm slowly kind of hopefully educating some people to understand a couple of things about it. Then we're gonna go deeper and deeper on this topic, because it is a layered conversation to have. And just, oh yeah, whatever. I like that. Let me put this back up. I'm gonna keep this tweet, as a matter of fact. Let me screenshot it because it's a good tweet to use. So yeah, if you think you're great, go play Proving Grounds and Pro-Am every day. Don't play the other modes. You think shooting is too easy, and I want to see if you can hit these numbers they basically put up here. The numbers that you're looking at, which are 35 and then 45. Main thing I want to look at is the threes as the best example. Kind of, we can measure things a little better. And then ante up. I don't remember what ante up difficulty is on. I don't know if Mike Wayne ever explained that. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Let me look. I can't see it. Can't see it right now. But there is something. And that would be interesting to kind of get a gauge on as well. Not the most important thing, but the topic is the difficulty is different. Anything I want to point out. So if someone has the same stats as you, but they only play Pro-Am, they're better. They only play Proving Grounds, they're better. Because you're taking shots in the park. It's also, park is only 3-on-3 or 2-on-2. More open shots, easier to get open, more space, just easier. Any threes or twos or one-on-ones is much easier. Up your stats, do better than it is for fives, where you're cluttered, it's gonna get real. But so interesting. And hold on a second. In the middle of checking this. Yo, what's going on, Grizzy? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. He said the park feels like rookie and rec feels like pro, and then the stage feels like Hall of Fame. So I just showed the stats. I don't know if you've seen it. I can put it up again. Took a screenshot. Give me a second. I'm gonna put up what Mike Wayne said. He did not explain ante up, but I would assume ante up is somewhere in between all of those. What's going on with you, man? I think I just followed you on Twitter yesterday or a couple days ago. Appreciate you showing up. But yeah, man, what is your thoughts about these stats and the conversation? I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I'm not here to judge nobody's opinions. I'm devastated because I was just like, this is the easiest 2K, and I was like trolling. And you know, I go out and I play, I'm shooting like fade threes, I'm being ridiculous. I'll go up on a one-on-one court. I play a lot, right? And what I do is I'm up 19-0, just shoot a half court shot to see if I can get it into troll. Also, just to give the person the ball back so that I could practice defense. And I just learned to lock people up and just start practicing my defense on the one-on-one court. It's kind of toxic, I know. Sometimes I won't shoot and I'll just go out of bounds. One is my stats aren't like usually too bad in that scenario. But after seeing the stats where I was saying all year, it's too easy to shoot this year, it's too easy to shoot this year. Clearly it isn't for some people. Clearly some people just having a hard time this year. And kind of humbled me to shut up in the sense of like, I'm being insensitive to people. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm not like taking into account the beginner, the person who just got 2K, or the person that only plays on the weekend, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is Mike Wayne's post. I want to make sure that it's fully visible. This is his post about the difficulty in the game, and I think it's a good thing to use to conversate because it is different. You can't sit here and act like it isn't different. Oh damn, I hit the wrong button. You can't act like it isn't different. I know for a fact when I play in a tournament, I jump on this league stuff and these runs. Sometimes we'll do just some runs. That's ridiculous. It's annoying because you're dealing with a lockdown. He's full court pressing you. You're playing zone defense. They're trying to steal everything, and you're like, oh, I gotta work around this. You start doing plays, calling your plays, and if you didn't have no plays, you're cooked because it just gets hard to get open. So for me, you know, that stuff is important. Yeah, it's interesting. It is an interesting topic. Again, I'm not here to start a fight. But if you're sitting here and you think that you hot stuff because you play in the park, your difficulty's too easy, come around here trying to act like you're the biggest, baddest player in the world. Really, you're not. No offense. Look at these stats. Pretty rough. And what surprised me the most is the Pro-Am 35 3-pointer. And I'm trying to think outside of the point guards who to deal with the pick and roll defense where the lockdown is shutting them down. You know, we talked about no dip being unguardable this year. We talked about the easiest shooting 2K. It's not that I don't believe it. I'm in disbelief. It's not that I don't believe it. Can you believe something but be in disbelief about it? That's where I am at, right? Like mentally, I'm like, ain't no way, brother. Because I've been shooting 70% from the three, right? But that's when I'm actually shooting, like when I'm really locked in and I'm really playing. And then when I go in, like I tell y'all, where I'm sitting here trying to chill out on the ones court, trying to practice some defense. I'm being toxic and giving the guy the ball back by shooting a crazy shot just so I can see if I can lock him up. And my stats go down, you know, I'm at 60 and it's like, dude, you should be up 70, 75, you know? And that is where my stats will get hurt and they won't look good and they are pretty bad, but it's mostly like the fooling around that I do. So that's kind of where I'm mind blown by. Let me close this. Let me close all of this. I want to open up a video. Just let it play. Yeah. Close this. I'll just put myself up there. Let me put myself up here real quick. But yeah, like I just shoot crazy shots. I have fun with it, just chilling. And We'll see. So Grizzy says, if you look at the leaderboards from season 1 to 8, these people don't play comp games. They just play ups, ones, shooting averages. I actually haven't looked at those leaderboards and all that stuff. We gotta pay attention to it. I think it'll be good to kind of see who's doing what. Maybe that isn't a representation, right? Because it's like the elite, and this is a separate conversation about who's elite. I feel a little bit ashamed and I feel embarrassed because I always felt like I was the voice of the people. And then when I see the stats and dudes is at 35% and I'm sitting at 60, 70, I'm like, am I a part of the problem? Am I elite? Like an elitist? And it really made me feel bad. I'm like, when I seen it this morning, I was like, dude, felt like Mike Wayne was basically saying to people like me, where like I would always talk about how easy it is and no dip is a problem and there's no good contests. I'm taking half court shots, I'm shooting fade 3-pointers, I'm doing, in somebody's face, bro. Like, it's toxic, exactly, bro. I'm just seeing who's doing what for you. Your top 5% with me, bro. It's embarrassing, bro, because I thought I was an average Joe, right? And I thought I'm like just having fun with the game. I take crazy shots. I have a blast doing all that. I don't really care about my stats. Really don't. You never could look at my stats and know how I actually play. You can't even watch me on a stream and know how I play. Unless I'm in a tournament, you're not seeing the full me. Everything is goofy. Like, if you watch these highlights, I have every build I'm on, highlights of them. You'll see, like, I don't do Devin Booker. I don't do any cheese for the most part. I'm not extremely cheesy. I'm taking regular basketball and still being effective, and I'm proud of that. But, like, I used to do these spaces and there are conversations with the community. I support the community in a lot of ways. I never take a side. I'm not the guy to be like, oh, these guys are the ones. Never that way. But after seeing the stats today, I'm like, there's a lot of people struggling. If that is the whole community and everybody's shooting 35%, then there's a problem. I don't know what it's not contests. What is the problem? Why would somebody shoot 35% from the three? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not a good player. Like, if I'm wide open, I'm hitting him. But you contest me, I'm gonna probably miss. There are times I'm just not gonna make it. I'm not afraid to take the shot, but what I'm trying to like wrap around my head is like, how many 2K is gauging everybody in the community and it ended up at 35%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of acting all crazy about it. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being more like, it can't be. Let me put this back up somewhere on this. Yeah, we're gonna put this on the screen, man. Because how is this possible? How is this possible? How is it that these are shooting 35%? I'm trying to understand it. I go into random rec. He said, fam, you shoot 60 to 70, you're a good player. Now, I'm not saying I'm a bad player. I'm just saying I know I'm not like an elite player. And so what I'm trying to understand, what you got to understand what I'm trying to figure out is if they could just do a number. Like, is the percentage so low because people who bought the game only played one day? That's what I'm trying to get. Somebody who just played one day and they couldn't shoot and they spent the whole day missing. Maybe that's why it's a 35. You know what I mean? But if somebody that plays once a week, 2 times a week, I don't think they shooting 35 in 2K26. Does that make sense of what I'm trying to like logic? I'm trying to make it make sense. It's like, okay, 2K took into account the guy who only played the first day of the game and he missed 150 shots. There's like a million players who only played the game one day and hated it, never played it again. You know, maybe somebody that returned it the same day, but they shot 500 shots before they returned it. And it's like, I don't know, dude. I'm like shocked at this. And so that's where I'm trying to understand, because I can't just say it's the easiest shooting 2K. If people are having problems, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to say now? Like, what are you going to say? Lizzie on the chat, but anybody else as well. Just like, answer that for me. Like, are we going to say this is the easiest 2K ever? Then why is it not easy where we got 35% shooting? And then we got the no dip, hard to defend. We got regular shots are hard to defend. You know, then you got freaking rhythm shooting. And how did we get there? He said it's season 3 to 8. That's a large size. That would mean 90 to 95% of the players got on pro only. That's it. That's true, because there is times I go into a random rec or something and a dude is like chucking up 8 shots in a row, the point guard, right? Like, they put me at the 2. The point guard keeps getting the ball. He chucks up 8 shots. He only makes 1. Then he quits on after the second quarter. In the second quarter, now we're stuck down 15 because he missed 8 shots in a row. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. So I'm not here to like, but that's not what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I'm trying to understand. Trying to be reasonable because I can't talk no more. Like, I feel like this exposed. How am I supposed to tell Mike Wayne shooting is too easy, right? Like, how am I supposed to say, dude, it's too easy, you got to make it harder? I want the green window smaller. I want contests to be stronger. I want those are the 2 main things. Green window smaller, contests to be stronger, and I feel like the shooting is at perfect from 2K26. We fix those 2 shooting issues, and I feel like we're gonna be fine. We're gonna have a good time. I don't know if people agree with that, but that was what was on my mind before I seen the Mike Wayne post. And now I don't feel justified to make the 35% shooters suffer more. And it's like, I don't know, man. Give these people their own mode. You know, like, if you shoot below 50, go play over there. You know what I mean? Like, here's your, as long as you're below 50, you can stay in your little skill-based, this casual mode that they have on theater. Put that in for everybody, where if you shoot 50%, go over there. Keep the game easy for them. Then let us play with better contests, smaller green windows for 2K27. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm still processing it. I want to kind of, before I post it on social media and tell Mike Wayne something, that's kind of where my mind is. It's like, they'll just separate them, which they already have a little plates. The plates don't work well. That's a whole nother combo. But yeah, you know, people were saying it to me earlier, like, Coach, don't you think the plates help keep everybody separated? Yes and no. Because dudes make new builds every week. If you're a hardcore top 5 player, you're making a build every couple weeks, you know, and that just means way more chances to play against new players, and it's not good. They have to take away the plates make it one universal play. So no matter what build you play on, it's gonna know how good you were. It's gonna put you in with those type of players. You know, I don't know. People want no skill based matchmaking. I get that. Go to the park. You can play with anybody. You can go to Annie Up, play with anybody. You know what I mean? Theater should have like no matchmaking, in my thing. I mean, no skill based matchmaking. And then you go to the rest of the modes and just throw some matchmaking. If it's the Pro-Am, Proving Grounds, I would say rec, but I think rec is like casual. Pro-Am, Proving Grounds, you get skill-based matchmaking. Everything else, take it off, maybe. I would want the rec to be matchmaking too, like skill-based. But yeah, there's still got a lot more to kind of digest here. I wanna go through it and talk about it as we go forward. But again, I appreciate everybody's time and energy. We're just getting into it, and going there from here on out. A lot of conversations. I've had hundreds of tweets and DMs about 2K. That's why, like, I just got home from my mom's house, and this stuff is fresh on my mind. I haven't had a chance to digest it, but yeah, we're gonna get into some of the conversations about Mike Wayne and all the stuff that he's been posting. His other tweet, which I have, and I gotta look at it in a second here. I don't feel good about, first of all, I just want to say this, the person in the chat trying to say I'm top 5%. I don't want to be 1%. I don't want to be 5%. I don't care about that. Like, I'm not here to win a trophy, a participation trophy. You know what I mean? Like, 2K ain't gonna give me anything special for being one of the elites or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an old man, to be honest with you. I'm an old man. I just get on to have fun, goof off a little bit, get a little nasty sometimes. You know, just basketball, man. Catch a couple bodies with some dunks, break some ankles when I can, hop off on some shots, get some good passes in. You know, I just love basketball. So for me, it's just having fun with it. Yes, I like winning. Don't get it twisted. And that's important. But at the end of the day, it's about having fun. And my biggest problem is I don't care to be an elite. How do you fix that problem for people who stop shooting to 35%? That's a factor then. Like Mike Wayne and them, I don't know how they did that. Because it wasn't like I thought shooting was easy in every 2K. You know, there have been 2Ks that I have not shot great on. There's 2Ks that I just didn't play my best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm human, flawed, I got errors. And my thing is I think that's cool. Like, oh, I didn't have a great shooting year for the RNG year. I think I was like 55% or something like that. I don't remember. I probably tweeted about it, posted up. Every year I do that. But I didn't like that RNG stuff. It's one of the worst things that ever happened to 2K. Trying to make you do some silly stuff, like, I don't know. But yeah, I think we can get into the second topic, which was about badges. This is something that Mike Wayne talked about the other day. I think he tweeted a better tweet. I don't know if I got a picture of it. I gotta look into. Let me see if I got a picture. I think I did. Oh, I do. Okay. Let's put this up on screen. It's gonna be a second. This one was also another interesting one. Mike Wayne was just clickbaiting us today. Shout out to Mikey getting his bread, making his money out there. All right, so this is a big one, and this is a lot of. I'm gonna put it down here. Basically, in there. So in this one, it was the conversation about shooting and what type of badge perch. Sorry about that. I'm making sure I name this. So this one was about how much should ratings matter more than badges in shot success. So if you're gonna be a good shooter, should it be dependent on the badge? Should it be on your attribute? And personally, I think it should be on attribute. I made a whole video yesterday, plus I did a stream where the thing what it is if you have good attributes, the badge shouldn't roll in if you can make your shot or not. Badge should have 5 to 10% helpfulness at maximum, because if it's more than that, then it becomes like you could be a bad shooter and you're getting just a handicap type of thing. But that's where my problem is with that, and that's where this conversation, he had a poll, just like the way he's phrased it, because it wasn't that great. But we want to have the right builds with the right stats, instead of always making builds. If we're gonna be honest, let's be honest, people who know how to make builds, you're always looking for the threshold for the badge. Oh, I gotta put it at 89 because my badge is gonna be better. That is not very useful. That is a terrible way for 2K. In my opinion, when you put it to the stats, it's like, yo, this dude got a 99.3, watch out. Badge don't matter. This dude is deadly out there, bro. Watch it. You know what I mean? Compared to like, oh, the badge. I only put it to 99 for the badge. You know? And then plus we also have the new variable, which is max plus 1s and 2s. People have been abusing it. Basically, low stat, max plus 2 it so that you can get better buffs. It's still gonna happen, but not as deadly if you make it so that the attributes matter. People are not gonna be like, I'm gonna take an 83 3-pointer. I probably got like 6 builds with an 83 3-pointer on them. Then, or more than that. I haven't tried to keep count of them, but it's a decent number of my badges. I mean, on my builds. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I got 6 builds. I was right. 5 to 6. I think one of them might be above 83, but I put it at all at 83 at the 3-pointer. Then some of them won't have any mid-range, and then a couple will have 89 mid-range, give me better badges. The mid-range is giving me my set shot specialist on gold. I could max plus 2 that, really be locked in. So, and as a matter of fact, let's go to one of those builds and show y'all kind of idea of it. And this isn't that it's a, I'm not trying to expose us as players, by the way. Just being honest about what the devs need to take into account as we go forward. So you look right here. Right? I got an 83 3-pointer. All right, this is one of the best builds I made ever. This is the best. This is like a point center, literally the name. You can see right there, it says point center on it. Ball snatching, point center. Okay, so I made this and it is the GOAT. Look at it right here. Ball snatching, point center. All right, this is a point guard that can be the center on your team, and I have dominated in Pro-Am, in the rec, in Proven Grounds, and especially in all the other ones too. But it shoots an 83 3-pointer, meaning nothing. It's not, hardly has 3, but it has an 89 mid-range for the badge. Okay, I take the badge, I max plus 2 it, Hall of Fame set shot specialist. Okay, then I put my max plus 1s over here. And guess what? The badge, I mean the build is a center, you know, basically with point guard ability. Passing, dribbling, shooting, finishing, all of it. So I love this build. But the point is, that's how I'm gonna abuse it. If you go ahead, 2K, do me the favor and bring that back next year. I ain't gonna be mad. Don't worry. I'm gonna be very happy. You're gonna bring it back, make badges powerful, and I'll just continue to. Either way, I'm gonna win. Is what I'm saying. Like the community can vote for badges to matter more, which there are people who agree with that. That's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually we're used to in some ways. Some badges are useless and some are super powerful. Make all the badges powerful. Y'all know how we gonna do. We're gonna make crazy builds. But either way, y'all shooting 35%, so you can't talk. I don't mean to sound rude on that part, but it's like, who are they listening to now is the question. If you're shooting 35% from the field, you're just as important as the person who shoots 60 to 70 like me. And you're just as important as far as like what you like or don't like. This is the conversation that I want to have is no wrong answers, bro. If you shoot 35%, bro, I'm not judging you. One of the first things I said when I saw that post from Mike Wayne felt really bad for the community. I felt like I have been shaming people, making them feel bad about, you know, oh, this is an easy shooting year. You can't shoot. What's wrong with you? And, you know, having like a casual conversation about how easy shooting is this year. Then there's people struggling, you know, and I feel like, you know, not okay. But now I'm humble, like, all right, well, you know what? Those people are just as important as you, brother. I don't care what you think that you this or you that. They have a voice and they matter. So that's where my heart is now. Humble to it. I am going to go to Twitter right now and showcase a couple of stats. I want to read some of the stuff that people are saying as we go, whether they DM me, my notifications, whatever. We're gonna go through it right now. About this topic, of course. All right. Somebody actually said it. Yeah, you're right. Take matchmaking out of the park, theater, and the rec. I can agree in the sense that I can understand people just want to just get on and it is what it is. You know, I don't know how effective that could be because then you go in and you're always playing with a bad team. Go to no squads. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, bro. So that's where it hurts. So I'm not here to like agree or disagree with that. All right, let's read some more stuff. Somebody said, where are we? Somebody said, oh, you're right. Maybe the numbers are off. Damn, bro. Maybe the numbers are off. Players just throwing games. Something doesn't sound right. That's what I thought too, bro. I was like, wait, what? Ain't no way. But at the same time, I mean, oh no. I remember there was a cool kid, like a combo with. He's like, oh, I'm like a hockey player or something. He was just a dude that makes content. I was just having a normal combo with him, and then he's like, yeah, I don't really know basketball. I just started getting into 2K. Never played it or anything in real life. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, it's a topic. It's a topic. Sorry, I'm just reading through some of this. What the heck? Oh, somebody said you're right, man. The skill base for me is good because I don't want to deal with bad players. No, I can hear that, but the problem is when you're so good, you deal with cheaters. So which way you want to go? You want to go the cheating route? Let me know. It's either way, you're gonna have to deal with some. What you want to do is the question. There's no wrong answers in that conversation also. We'll see. I think that's it, guys. I'm not gonna go through too much social media for convo. Leave a comment in the live stream if you're lurking, chilling. Oh wait, one last one, which is very good. They said they appreciate my capability to speak for both sides. And here's what I gotta say to that. I'm still conflicted, man. I'm humbled now to realize like who's shooting 35% on 2K26. I don't know, man. I don't know who I speak for anymore. I don't know who's speaking for what. You know, like I'm that confused. I don't watch streamers. I don't watch nobody in the 2K community. Just don't got time, man. I get on home. I stream right when I get home. Put in a video if I'm not streaming. Play a couple of games on stream, and I'll go to bed. Up in the morning, live my life. Get free, eat something, jump on a stream and play a game. And I'm like very, you know, consistent with like my behaviors. I don't get a lot of time to just lay back and watch some streamers. I don't think the streamers are shooting that low. Hope not. And I feel bad because it's like there's probably millions of those people. It's not a couple of people. You know what I mean? It's not a representation of one or two people. I'm humble now. Maybe it isn't the easiest shooting year. It is. Compared to last year, maybe that's what happened. It was a placebo effect. Honestly, Mike Wayne got me all messed up. Shout out to Mikey. Mikey's one of the greatest, man. I admire him in a way that I hate to say it on stream, but like, I admire him like I admire Hideo Kojima, my favorite director. I look at directors, gameplay directors, like game directors, the way I look at NBA superstars, right? The way I look at movie stars. They're very valuable and important to what I love to watch. I like to watch basketball. I'm not worried about Michael Jordan not being on the Knicks. I'm not worried that Kobe never came to the Knicks. No, these guys are some of the greatest ever. And they're just good players. And Mike Wayne, for example, 20 years of service, going crazy, innovating new mechanics and systems and evolving basketball video games. And he throws out these tweets where I'm like, bro, what is you doing, bro? I mean, I'm glad it's out. I'm just saying, hey, we gotta do better. We got to do better. But yeah, anyways, that's the whole rant from my personal like mindset about it. But I can say professionally, since I'm going into next year just to chill out, I'm not going to be coaching anything crazy like that. You're going to see me pop off, man. Just chill out and play a game, relaxed, solo. Probably playing a couple tournaments. Just kick it. Look at the background. Like, y'all seeing these ridiculous dunks and shots. Sometimes it's just goofing off. Just be having fun. Not that serious. Okay, let's go into an 83 pointer. So this build has an 83 pointer, like a 72 mid range. He basically can't shoot. It's a 6'9" power forward style build that I made to pop off for me and my cousin. But I had fun playing solo with it as well. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because it's an 83 pointer. I don't know what I was thinking, but shooting is pretty easy for the most part, you know? And it's not like I'm elite. Not like I've been elite. I'm definitely not cheating. I mean, if y'all watch my stream, sometimes I'll have a bad shooting day. It's just how it goes. But yeah. Hey man, it's interesting. Too many conversations to get into from Twitter. We gonna see. Yeah. So guess what? Twitter is not the answer. This is what this tweet shows you. I say it all the time. I say Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. There's so many places people's voices are not being heard, and you can't be dependent on that. You can't be dependent on all this silly stuff. Way too many variables. Here goes another build. This one's a 83 3-pointer, a lockdown PG. A fun build to get steals, blocks, and so on. But yeah, all these builds are very different. Like you'll see the hair color different. That means it's a different build most of the time. All 10 of my builds. That was hilarious. Wait a second. Look at this. Look at this. This is funny. Whoop. Got him, coach. But yeah. But no, I think, you know, okay, 2K27. What are they going to do now? Here's where the conversation starts and where I want to kind of get into it before I move on. Are they going to keep it the same? If so, what will they change? Green window smaller, better contest. Because what this means is if you can't hit an open shot, it doesn't matter how open you are. You can't hit the open shot. You're not going to hit it. 2K should have made the shot easier. Right? And then if you're getting contested, you're probably not going to hit the shot for sure. You know what I mean? And they should be getting rewarded for good contests. So that's kind of where my mindset is. And I get frustrated with the people who are like, nah, don't do that. Too many cheaters. It's like the cheaters got nothing to do with gameplay. I can't be talking to Mike Wayne about cheaters. You need to talk to the security, you know, anti-hackers team that the 2K should have. Every team, every online game should have a team of security experts who protect the game. Simple as that. Everybody want to blame a developer, Mike Wayne or Juan, or Ronnie 2K, or you know, the new manager. Well, he's not new, he's been around for a little bit. Then I feel like Evan's been doing a good job. I give him credit. I'm pretty hard on community managers because I've been a community manager helping a lot of gaming publishers, doing a lot of stuff. I know what it takes. And for me, you know, with Evans, he's been steady for one thing. Whether he's good or bad about certain things, like who he's selecting and not selecting, could be interesting. It's always a debate for every manager. They have their favoritism, you know, but other than that, been good. And can't blame him for cheaters either. Like the art team ain't to blame for cheaters. Gameplay team ain't to blame for cheaters. The security team, a whole nother world. You know what I mean? But yeah. Sure. Can't believe the new game's already coming out, man. I've been having a weird year. Oh man. It's gonna be fun. Getting the news in a couple weeks. What date is that? The 18th, right? Let me see. I have my mother's birthday this week. Got 18th is on a Tuesday. Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? Rutgers Park. There's a tournament going on at Rutgers Park. Sorry, I was looking at a tournament. We gonna see. Anyway, that's my rundown. I think I'm still digesting all this. I'm still trying to. But I spoke for the people, man. I'm humbled to say I probably don't. Who are these people that shoot 35%? Show your face. Express yourself. Tell us what you're really going through. Tell us what game modes you play, why you play, how you play, how long you play, how many hours. Like, give me some. Let me get some. You know? Trying to understand. We gonna see. We gonna see. All right. Well, I think we overloaded on this topic, right? Let me turn off this gameplay stuff. Where's the Mike Wayne post? This one it? There it is, folks. Is trying to get this to look cleaner. Making a little video with this, by the way, so that's kind of why I'm doing this prep for the video. What else could I have in here? I'm gonna turn off this gameplay real quick. All right, here we go. Let's record a video real quick. I worked through my thoughts. I expressed myself. Now I'm gonna make a video so I can post it on social media. And I want to be careful not to be insensitive. I don't want people to feel like I'm trolling the people that got 35%. I just want to express some things. Hey, where's my second tweet at? Right, let's make sure we're locked in, folks. Difficulty? Oh, that's not what we want. He wants this one. Nope. Where are you? I thought I just put this up. Honestly, oh, here it is. I got it. Yeah, that's the second one that I'm going to use. All right. Get the ball rolling, folks. Yeah, what's good, 2K family? Today is so interesting. I have been mind blown, embarrassed, and excited to talk about this. So many different feelings that I'm going through just looking at the stats right over there. The top 4 NBA 2K26. And I humbly apologize to a lot of people, especially if you're my viewer from my channel. I talk about how easy 2K is this year. It's outrageous. How they should make the green window smaller and how they should make contests stronger. I still believe that, but I want to listen to you. And I want to be humble with the fact that these stats don't lie. Regardless of what we want to say, what we feel, there's different video games that we're playing on NBA 2K. And a lot of people don't realize it is worlds of difference in the experience. So I want to kind of get into some of that by sharing some thoughts and opinions and giving y'all my feelings after talking with some of the community members, and even just spending an hour on my stream basically figuring this out in my own head about what I really picked. The truth is, what I feel is shameful to complain of how easy the game is. Meanwhile, if you're looking at the stats, people are shooting 35% from the three, and it's not good, but it's okay, guys. I'm not here to judge, but I feel like those people's voices need to be heard as well. We can know what is giving them a hard time, what's making them, have to battle through, get things right for themselves. And again, I don't have the answer. I don't know. I shoot above 60, close to 70 at times, or even above 70 sometimes. Fluctuated throughout the year while I'm fooling around shooting all these crazy shots. And knowing that I'm not exactly in that threshold, I have zero information about it. So if you leave a comment, break it down on why you're experiencing that, or just DM me privately. I won't make it a not, publicize it or anything like that. It'll just be a conversation, so I can understand what is going on. Brand new player that never played 2K, or you play 2K a bit, you just can't get good. Maybe you're on a big screen TV, because there's a delay on that. If you're playing with bad internet, that's also going to make you miss a lot of shots. There's so many variables. Not a judgment here, and I don't think it's okay for people to turn this into a shame game about percentage being low. I think I've done the opposite now, and I'm going to be more quiet in this conversation with you and have us discuss it so that I could kind of see where you are as players and develop an understanding of what the problem is. Share this with 2K and tell them, hey, this is what the casual players are experiencing. In this stat, it's almost the whole season, season 3 to 8, which is most of the seasons. You only missed 3 seasons from this. So to me, it's a good enough gauge to know what's happening in the. And I don't have the answer again to correct you or to argue like, no, you're not right. It's happening. There's no numbers don't lie. So I want to kind of take a break from this, point out a couple key things that I know for a fact as well, helping me digest the conversation and get a little deeper respect and appreciation for everybody and understand what's happening. So I want to present something to do that Mike Wayne also mentioned and put forward. He talked about the difficulty and how in the park and in the rec, your difficulty is between all-star and superstar. And then for Proving Grounds and Pro-Am, it's a custom closer to Hall of Fame. The reason this is important, when you look at the stats, if you understand the difficulties are different for each of these modes, going to 100%, be like, okay, Mike, you got it. Makes more sense. And now it's not just something casual where we're assuming these guys are better because they play in this mode. It's more like, okay, well, you play on the easiest mode, so your percentage is a little higher. The other guy plays on the hardest mode, his percentage is the same as you. That makes him better in some kind of way. So having an understanding to like, okay, where's the difficulty coming from? Is it just the difficulty, or is it the people you're playing, matchmaking, things of that nature. In the park, there isn't really matchmaking. You load up to different parks anytime, jump on a lobby, on a match, play or not. You don't have to play against people. So there's no excuse about matchmaking. But for the rec and other modes, it's always matchmaking. So that is a conversation that I'm kind of interested in, and I don't have the answer to. Again, if you look at the percentages as we go through it, the easiest mode to play on is 45% from the three. That's pretty high on this chart. Probably the highest so far from the ones that they have here, with rec, which is also just like park's difficulty, shooting 44%. So it's kind of similar to that. And I believe theater is considered the park. So it has the same sliders as the park. Match it in there together. They're all bundled up. And then you have Ante Up, Pro-Am, and Proving Grounds. Ante Up hasn't been said what difficulty it's on. Proving Grounds and Pro-Am is the Hall of Fame, closer to Hall of Fame. People are shooting 35% in there. And I won't lie, it is harder to shoot in there, but you just have to try to be efficient. Don't force up shots. Like I can force up shots all the time. Bad habit. It's fun. It's chaotic. Shooting fadeaway threes or crazy mid-range contested shots or something. And I'm not going to act like that's a smart thing to do, but I take them just for fun. You know, it's a video game. And those shots are not reasonable. But in Proving Ground and Pro-Am, I'm not taking those as often as I do playing regular mode. So just consider that as something very vital to help you know the difference. Okay. And now I want to get into Mike Wayne's very important tweet here, where we've been talking about this for the whole week, pretty much every day, where he explains that no, you do not understand what his poll really meant. And basically he fixes it by explaining. Basically, he wants to know, you want your attributes or the badges to have more of an effect? What is going to be the most important part? What's going to matter more? AKA your ratings, aka attributes, or badges? This is where this whole stats came into play. The community was asking, and all this layered conversation started getting into it with the community for the last 2-3 days. And now we're here 3 days later, and Mike Wayne explained this. Now, what I want to say to this, and I want to be careful, I don't want to make a long rant, but ratings has to be the focus. The reason for this is no badge should carry you in the game. It shouldn't be that your badge made, meaning that badge is the reason you're good at the game. It should be that you have a stat that's going to help you shoot a certain percentage, but you're not getting the handicap boost from the badge that's outrageous. Because if so, everybody will chase that badge and automatically make sure that they get that badge at whatever rating is best. And this is a really serious problem that we have in the community. Just kind of, I wouldn't want to say ring chase, but however you want to word it. I'm going to use the 2K Lab. Shout out to those guys. This is last year's percentages. 14% boost with one specific badge, what you'll get. When Mike Wayne is asking, do you want badges to matter? This year alone, you're getting a 14% per set shot special on Legend. Means you're gonna make 14% better. That's high. If you go any higher, it's gonna be outrageous, it's gonna be overpowered, and the game becomes NBA Jam, to be honest. So that's not my personal taste. That's not what I see from the community. But yeah, so there's all of that going on, and I've been super humble. The stats is what blew my mind in this conversation, because I can't comprehend 35. I've shot terribly over and over. If you watch the shots I take, shooting half-court shots on a one-on-one court. I'm up 19 points. All I got to do is dunk the ball. I'll shoot 6 court shots just to try to troll the person I'm playing against. That, and my percentage never drops that low for this year. And even last year with the RNG, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know I was close to 60% or above 60 in 2K25 with RNG. And this is coming from somebody with the internet ain't really strong. My overall gaming is just a casual PlayStation 5, not a pro, you know, all that stuff that people do to try to get an advantage like a controller. I don't use it. I have a regular broken down controller sometimes. For some reason my controllers get messed up, but yeah. So yeah, and that being said, I want to hear from those people who do have lower shooting, whether it's 45 to 35. Me understand, me not feel so out of touch, because now I feel bothered that I don't have that pulse of the community. Where are you guys? Like, has to be millions of people going through this. I want to help you, right, get better at shooting, but also I want to understand what is going on in that scenario. So that's my thoughts, that's my feelings. Feel free to share in the comments. Hope this video was entertaining. Subscribe and comment to show love. All right, everybody, that's it, man. Is it? We'll probably jump off, rest up for the night. I feel like it was an efficient stream. If y'all want to talk, you got to comment now so that we can continue this. I'll stay on another hour or two. Stay on all night, man. You can talk all day. Not afraid to get into this topic. It's a lot to say and a lot of interesting topics within this. I really do feel like I said in the video, I just don't know anymore. I was so tapped into the community, but there's people out there that I just don't have connections with. I'm tapped out. And there's even dudes that I know that are casual players that way better than that. So I'm just trying to get it. Process it. But what do I know, guys? What do I know? Yeah, it should be an interesting year for the next one. I am going to watch a movie tonight. I've been having a couple of weeks of a lot of stress and a lot of weight on my shoulders. But my mom came to town, so I got to see her. Her birthday's this week. A lot of beautiful things that feel into it. So I'll be on the streams a bit. We got the 2K event in 2 weeks, so I'll definitely do that one. And then we got a lot more coming on board, you dig? Hopefully this was insightful and you kind of feel like, okay, see where coach is going with it. We'll figure it out together. Because what I want to do is give feedback to the devs. I want them to know these people's voices, see what are they struggling on. Is it the defense is too good for them, or are they unable to just time their shots regardless? You know what I mean? If you're just getting clamped up, that means you don't know how to dribble, so they got to make dribbling better for these type of people. If it's you can't time your shot, like, I don't know, what can you do, right? Like, they already got rhythm shooting. That's the easiest thing in the world. And you know, I think Mike Wayne wants it like that, or realistic NBA stats where people are not shooting 70% from the. I don't know. We will see. We gonna see. But yeah, man. I think I'm gonna jump off and just mellow out for the night. Been meaning to watch some movies. Just haven't got to see a lot more. I got to see Spider-Man in the movie theater, and I got to see what's it called? Odyssey. Those two were really amazing. But I would love to watch a new movie that I never saw. An interesting, fun, exciting. Yep. You know. All right, y'all. Hey man, have a good night. Take care, stay blessed. Y'all know it's peace and love.